Okay, in this video we're doing a lot of polynomial revision. Now polynomials was an entire topic in Year 11 methods, so in about 5 or 10 minutes here we're going to try and cover the whole thing again. Let's see how we go. So the first thing we talked about with polynomials or quadratics was expanding. So we had these laws from Year 11. The main important one was the FOIL method, and then the others are sort of just different versions of FOIL. So let's have a look. We're going to expand and simplify this. You'll immediately notice that I'm using z's rather than x's, and that's just a thing that we tend to do in the complex numbers topic, but it doesn't change anything. Z squared plus 2z plus 3z plus 6, and that is our FOIL method. First out is in as last, or then sometimes it's also known as the crab claw method because when you draw it out, it looks like a lovely crab. Anyway, let's keep going on that. So we're going to collect like terms. We'll collect our z squared terms first, then our individual z terms, and then our last term there. We have more complicated expansions like this. This one here, you can use the whole a plus b squared equals a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, that rule. And we're going to get 4z squared, so the first bit squared, plus 2 times 3z plus 3 squared. Sorry, 2 times 2z times 3. Take 5z, take 4. Yeah, so that'll become 4z squared plus 12z plus 9. Take 5z, and then that take expands in there to turn into a plus 4. Then we got 4z squared. 12 take 5 gives you 7z, and then 9 plus 4 gives you 13. There we go. Next, we're going to solve equations. So this one we're going to do sum and product. So we're looking for two numbers that times together to give me 6 and add together to give me 5. So I'm going to get z plus whatever those two numbers are. And if you think about it, those numbers are 3 and 2. And this whole thing has to equal 0. So either that thing equals 0 or that thing equals 0. This one would tell you that z is minus 3, and this one would tell you that z is minus 2. Those are our answers. Now, you might be thinking like, okay, I factorized the long expanded version into this other one. Hey, we actually saw this one in reverse before. So we did the expansion before and got this. So when you factorize that, you get the brackety version. All right, next we're going to factorize this. First thing you want to do is pull out common factors. So let's pull out 3x. What's left? Well, there's x squared in the first term. 12 divided by 3 gives you 4. And we got one x left over because we pulled out the other one. Plus 4. We're looking for two numbers that times to give me 4 and they add to give me minus 4. Those numbers I reckon would be minus 2 and minus 2. Just like that. All right, now if we're trying to solve for this equation equaling 0, all we got to do is use our null factor law. So either that thing equals 0, which tells us x equals 0. From this bit, we'd get x equals 2. And from this bit, we'd get x equals 2. So there's actually just two solutions here. One of them is a double solution. Really important to note that. Okay, so that's really good. Then we'll think about what else we can do with this. Well, you might see situations like this where sum and product isn't going to work too well for us. So we got to have an alternate method for solving this. That was the quadratic formula. You can try and do sum and product here, but you're not going to have a good time if you do that. So when we do the quadratic formula, we label this as A, we label this as B, and then we label the other one as C. And the quadratic formula, well, we'll have Z, but it's the same thing. It's going to be minus B plus or minus square root of B squared take 4AC over 2A. Let's plug that in. So it's going to be minus 7 plus or minus square root of 7 squared take 4 times 3 times 2, all over 2 times 3. Which is going to be minus 7 plus or minus square root of 49 take 24 over 6. And that gives me minus 7 plus or minus square root of, well, that's going to be 25, I reckon. 6. Yep, that sounds about right. So this is minus 7 plus or minus 5 over 6. So if we go with the minus version of this, that's going to be minus 12 over 6. And if we go with the plus version, that's going to be minus 2 over 6. So that's going to be minus 2 or minus a third would be our two answers there. All right, and that's for Z.